Anyways, let's talk some MPFL stories this morning. And Khalifat is crying, he's begging, pleading to sponsors, saying, I cannot carry this burden alone. What's happening to Khalifat? Well, Khalifat FC of Owerri Imo State has issued an urgent appeal for financial support as the club prepares for the 2025-2026 Nigerian Premier Football League season. In the statement signed by the club's Chief Executive Officer Michael Chukwudi, but the management acknowledged the growing challenges of competing at the highest level of Nigerian football, stressing that their continued participation in the MPFL is at risk without external assistance. Well, he emphasized that if the team fails to honor fixtures in a new season, it would not be due to lack of commitment or passion, but rather because of financial constraints beyond the club's control. The CEO described the pride of Imo State, talking about Khalifat, and urged fans, well-wishers in the Imo State government, corporate sponsors, and wider football community to rally behind it. And he did say it takes about 1 billion to prosecute games in the MPFL, and I cannot think otherwise, because just last season we were talking about 600 million, 700 million, to run the entirety of the league.
Yeah.
And he's saying 1 billion. I'm not disputing that fact, but he's calling, for corporate Nigeria, the Imo State government, sponsors and what have you, to come to their aid. I'm still talking Khalifat, sorry, before I get your thoughts real quick this morning. But we're hearing that they'll be playing their home games. They've adopted, the Eyimba International Stadium as their home for the season, because of the upgrade happening at the Dan Anyam Stadium right there in Imo State. So they'll be playing their home league football right here in Aba, according to reports we gathered, already. So, we'll probably be seeing them play Fridays, Saturdays, and if Eyimba has got home game, the Eyimba will be playing on Sundays.
Well, that's what it is, Sam. I recall Michael Amefule, a good friend, the owner of Khalifat. I'm not surprised he's made this official, because the last time I had a chat with him. He told me that at that point they were contemplating whether they were going to play in the MPFL or not. So I think he said what some people would never say. The truth is, Sam, for you to prosecute 38 games in the NPFL, 19 home games, 19 away games, you need at least nothing less than close to 8 billion naira for you to prosecute those games very well. Look at it. If you're traveling around this country, if you have a game on Sunday, for example, it means you travel, if it's an away game, you travel like 2 or 3 days ahead on time. So talk about the accommodation, hotel bills, every logistics, it's huge. And when you look at it, that the winner of the league takes just 150 million naira. So this brings to question, is our league lucrative? The answer is no. Because you don't expect a team, government clubs can easily do that, sir. Government clubs, it is government money, free money. So I think it's very easy for government clubs to just, be in the league. But as a private owner, Sam, how many people can cough out 1 billion naira into a business in the country that may not even give you up to 150 million? You're not even sure win the league. So the truth is, even if you don't win the league, it means you just played in the league. Except you're lucky to maybe sell one of your or two of your players outside the shores of this country.
Even if you do sell, how many can earn you?
How many can earn you? And the truth is, Khalifat, the owner, is very vocal. He never shies away from telling you the way it is. I recall what he told me. He said, "Hey guy, this league I'm going to play, my team, Khalifat, will not finish below the first 10 position." And he said, put that on record. Now he's come out to tell Nigerians, hey, it's not easy with me. He needs financial support. And I think people in Imo State should support this team. The government in Imo State should wake up and support this team. The truth is, Sam, whether we like it or not, Khalifat Football Club is a club based in Imo State. I think the government of Imo State or people from that region needs to look at what that young man is doing. A young man in his early 30s. He played in the NLO, played in the NNL in 2 or 3 years. He's taken this team from the NLO to the NPFL. Come on. I think he needs to be supported. And this is a wake-up call to every Molite, the government of Imo State, look into that team. Because the truth is, the government-owned club, Hadland Football Club of Owerri, will be playing in the second-tier league. That's the NNL. I think there's nothing wrong if the government of Imo State says, hey, come on, Khalifat, at least let's just offset some of these things. Maybe transportation, maybe accommodation, just anything. Look at it, it's even going to be more difficult. Now the Owerri Stadium, the Danayam Stadium, is not good enough because of the reconstruction work going there. They would have to play away from home. So it means every game is an away game for them. It's even more difficult. Hotel bills and all that, it keeps increasing. So I think what Michael Amefule, the young man, the owner of Khalifat, is saying is that, hey guys, in case we don't honor games, you guys should understand that this is what the challenges we're having. And so Imo State government, every Molite, the businessmen and women from that state, you guys shouldn't fold your hands and watch Khalifat, miss games.
Okay, well, let's see. He's made a public appeal. Let's see if the government of Imo State would respond. I hear that the governor is one man who has got a large heart. Talking about Hope Uzodinma. Well, I hope that Uzoga
Sam, don't forget.
With Khalifat.
Don't forget that at some point, the Imo State government wanted, to ensure that Khalifat, allow Hadland play in the NPFL.
Let's leave this back here. Let's leave this behind the scenes.
No, but that did not happen because
truth is, this is a privately run club. And before he started playing the season, there should have been, projections as to, how much it's going to cost. Your marketing team should have told you. Your team, should have looked at what are we going to do if we gain promotion. I don't want to sit here and I look at things from different prism really. Yes, I understand that it is difficult. We've said it over time. But if they don't come to your aid, how do you now get these resources? It now behoves on him, as the CEO, to rally around. He now has to make those calls. They're difficult calls, but he has to make them.
That brings to question when they got that promotion. All those things we did talk about it.
Yeah.
Because playing in the Nigerian National League is quite different
from the Nigerian Premier Football League.
Top flight football. You can't expect spending, for example, maybe 50 million in the NNL and expect to spend that in the MPFL. That's not
possible.
True. Because the MPFL is even tougher. So for me, he's got a couple of sponsors. Yeah, a couple of them. It's more or less, Khalifat Football Club, Sam, is more or less like a community thing.
So make those calls.
He needs to make those calls. Go to his community. Those that have been supporting the team, they need to come around and help.
Reach out to Imo-lites.
At this point,
if the government is not willing, to bend over and support you, don't see it in a bad light. You have to now make those difficult calls, even if it's a personal, one-on-one conversation with the governor. Say, Your Excellency, this is my problem. This is the issue. How can you help out? The governor, in his personal capacity and not as a government now, can say, okay, let me offset so and so. Let me pay for so and so. Okay, I'm going to be paying for your hotel bills for every time you travel away. That is you maybe taking some pressure.
And maybe some salaries too. So some players, he did talk about
Tony. I'm very particular about salaries because I was listening to when he had the interview right here on this frequency 102, and he said he's not ready to pay any player above what
he said that.
So the salary he has a benchmark. He has a benchmark. Salary he was paying from the NNL is what he's still paying. It should not. You're not supposed to come.
No.
Now he has sponsors. Now he has sold players. Now he has made him. Come on, bro.
Anyways, Mr. We'll try to speak with him again, hopefully. So let's get to know his plans and probably what he intends to do. We've just had match day 1. So it means
he's already crying wolf.
We still have 37 games to go. 37 games.
My brother, calm down.